Welcome back to Satisfactory. Today I was going to start building the nuclear power structure, and we still might get to that. However, I started exploring a little bit, and there's a few inconveniences with it, particularly with rocks being in the way. And those rocks are the destructible kind of rocks, and one is right there where I want it, one right there. You see that? It's a nice little exit to this area that I need to actually get through. You'll see, well, I can tell you why. The uranium's down here. The sulfur and everything else is up here, and there's these nice craters where we can get water from, presumably. That looks like deep water, in the middle. So this is kind of an ideal, maybe, location for our, or at least here is an ideal location, somewhere around here. And we want, or we're going to need to ship long distance stuff from uranium, which is down here, again, through these sort of river valleys, out through here, up, and then you can send it all the way over to this train station if you wanted to. But since we haven't developed this area whatsoever, and it's empty, then maybe we want that for our nuclear station. So we need to have lots of production in there. However, to get that opened up, there is at least one sort of set of rocks here, and it'd be useful anyway, because lots of rocks hide things like power slugs, which are useful for overclocking. So I want to get to that first, and let me just see. That's going to go up there, so I'm going to need to go and head upstairs. Oh, well, I just guess I can get some coal from here. We don't actually need huge amounts of coal. I'm just going to want about 50, so I'm just going to sit here for a second or two and just grab all of that. Because we're going to need to make some gunpowder, and this appears to be the only kind of gunpowder, being black powder, it seems, in the Satisfactory. Or at least it's just basically a carton of gunpowder. And to make that, we need to just get some sulfur, which is over. Let's have a look here. Here's our train station for our quartz. Sulfur is right around this kind of area on screen. Okay, so it's not very hard at all to just hook that straight up to the train station and bring sulfur back down to our sort of base area if we want it down here. We probably do, but in the meantime I went and grabbed 100 of it, and we can now make black powder. There we go. So 2 of sulfur, 1 of coal makes 1 black powder. We need 50 of this, so excuse me for a minute while I wedge something down on the spacebar. And it actually crafts pretty quickly, so the thing on the spacebar was my thumb. The other thing I also did was grab, I found much mentioned this already, I grabbed some iodine-infused filters from the shop, because you can trade in tokens for that kind of thing. So over there, rather than build the infrastructure just yet, at least to get us started with this thing, we can go and do that. And then over here, we want to go over to sulfur, and we want to unlock the volatile applications research, which takes 3 seconds, and then unlocks the rest of the tree. There we go. And you can see there are 4 different things there. So we have Nobelisk explosives. So that's how we're going to get rid of the rocks, basically. And a detonator, obviously. Otherwise, the explosives are just going to sit there. Well, I suppose you could throw rocks at them, but that's not terribly great. So you can see we need more black powder for that. For the detonator, what is that third thing? Is that object scanner? 5 object scanners, really? Okay, I guess. But it's going to be an item that we have, so I guess we're not going to need more than 1, hopefully. They shouldn't really be used up. And then the rifle. Yes, the rifle. Very, very much. 100 circuit boards. We actually may have enough for that. I mean, we have nothing for the bullet check, because we need gunpowder production. Okay, fine. Why don't I just go and grab some circuit boards, and we'll go and research ourselves a rifle, and then we can set up black powder production. All we need to remember is coal and sulfur, and if we can bring sulfur down to our base area, well, coal isn't too far away, and we can either ship them, or I can just grab a whole bunch of it to actually produce the research needed. So where's my circuit boards? Oh, there's 3. Okay. This thing is clearly still making computers. How many computers do I have now? I have... Oh, not very many. I must have grabbed them. Yeah, I did just grab them just before the start of the episode. Fine, I had 80. It's fine, I guess. I want more circuit boards. I don't suppose they're piled up. Oh, they are piled up. Oh, that's good. Yes, I want them all from this line, because it's probably waiting on something else. Down here, we have our circuit boards coming in. This is probably going to be not the air limiters, that's in there. It's going to be the high-speed connectors. So I can just grab 200 circuit boards, and that's that job done. And there they come in again. And let's go and get that rifle researched. After picking up some steel pipes, The rifle should now be easy enough. This is why I need more body slots. Really, developers, really. I now have a hazmat suit that I need to keep swapping in every time I need to go need the uranium. It might be nice if these are independent slots, like the Subnautica series. Quick plug for my channel. If you haven't seen the Subnautica Below Zero series, go and take a look. It is pretty good. Okay, so that's 3 minutes. That's on the go. Now I'm just going to need 5 object scanners and a whole bunch of black powder. We're going to need black powder anyway for the bullets in general, so it's not going to be a one-off thing. You are going to need more of it if you want more bullets, that is. So yeah, let's go and take a look at what we can do about that. So here we are over near the sulfur. It's going to be useful for more than one thing. First of all, it's going to be used to be put into a refinery. This is for the whole nuclear chain with a water extractor here, combining both of them. Again, very rough and ready, but it produces sulfuric acid. That is going to be used in combination with the uranium ore. And that, you can't see a thing because of the mist. You can see we're right here on the edge of this water. That's where I'm getting water from. There is a land bridge right there. So we're going to be able to take a pipe up that way, and ideally if I can get up onto this kind of area, this is the plateau I was kind of talking about where we may want to put our nuclear production. However, of course, we've got to get the uranium ore from this direction. But before we get to any of that, we also want this sulfur for an entirely different reason. We want it for the black powder. Now, to get the research done, I want to get the research done first, and I want to do that just by grabbing lots of the sulfur ore to produce black powder manually, because I need to know all the other ingredients for the rifle cartridges themselves, not just the research, the actual cartridges, to decide where I want to put the factory. I either put it on the train station end, and that's, in fact, why don't we just, we're going to need it anyway, aren't we? So why don't we just put a splitter down out here, and the train station is right there, so we can just send it outwards from here. So let's just go for look at logistics, and a splitter, regular splitter will be fine, and that's gonna be fine there. And we'll just take this uphill wherever we can, which is easier said than done sometimes. Still using Mark III belt, by the way. It's still just really convenient just to grab steel beams. At this point, I can go and grab the industrial beams. It's straightforward, but hey, I'm just used to this now, and we rarely at the moment, at least for this stuff, need the much higher throughput of the Mark IVs. Can I actually get that up there? Floor too steep. We're gonna get up there. Can I jump up? No. Okay, we're gonna go around, and I'll get this to the train station off camera. There it is. It's coming right to the train station, and we can decide where we want it. If I remember rightly, the rear carriage... Oh, in fact, we can already tell because, hey, this one doesn't have any connectivity to it. Make sure this is configured as a load station. So, yeah, that is configured as a load station. So if we just go and grab to this, and we can bring it through here. I can obviously clean these out later, but for now, keeping everything nice. And we want to make sure that everything is headed this way. And there we go. Okay, so in should come our sulfur. There we go. And when the train arrives, it should load up. And the other station at the other end is already configured as an unload platform. So the other freight platform will essentially have sulfur somewhere near our base. Now it isn't... the train's arriving now. It isn't particularly right next to the coal, however. So we are going to need to move coal from the base out to the sulfur, or vice versa. And arriving here at our train station, the other end, you can see both carriages are now on the train. Before, there was only the first carriage populated, which should mean that it's going to grab this last one. Yep, because the other one's full. One brief note, by the way, someone was saying, I love a commenter that said, hey, I came to watch how to improve my my quartz production. Saw yours, and decided it wasn't an improvement. No, this is extremely scrappy. There's a couple of reasons here I didn't go for one of the usual buildings, which is stackable. One is mainly because these buildings here, the refineries, are absolutely huge. So having a stackable building requires an absolutely immense building. I'm not sure about the utility of having that. It becomes a whole lot less modular. However, each of these is its own separate stage. So you'd want more than one of these in a building, more than one of these in a building, and the same thing there. So the only problem is that aluminium or alclad sheet just isn't needed that much. I wish it were, because it'd probably be worthwhile, you know, maybe there's going to be more recipes needing it, but it was mainly just for research as far as I saw it, and occasional bits and pieces. Now, we need black... Oh, no! No! Don't jump onto an entrance. What was I? Oh, yes, black powder, however, is going to be a resource that we're going to need to use continually. So having some of it available near constantly, available here, of course, we can bring this out. None will actually emerge right now because obviously there's nothing in there, but having this available immediately is probably a good idea. As to where we actually put it, we can just bring the belt out here and send it over the top of these cliffs, you know, where we've got this thing running along the bottom of the cliffs. The coal is at this end of the base, so it's not too much of a stretch to do it this way around. Yeah, so if I just head along this tube, the thing would have to go up there or alongside this tube and then all the way down to near our steel. The steel is the closest building and that has all the coal in it. So yeah, I'm not quite sure which way around I'm going to do it actually. I almost prefer having the black powder production at the other end. This is why I want to make some black powder first for the research to find exactly what else I'm going to need. If it's stuff that I have in the base, I'm going to bring the sulfur this way. If it's stuff that I don't have in the base or don't need in the base, then I'm going to send it out to our quartz area, the quartz production area for the alclad. So yeah, let me just get on to more black powder. Next up in the tree in terms of ease is Nobelisk explosives, which is what we need to clear those rocks. So 3 seconds it is, and we'll get that going. There we go. Nobelisk explosives is done as well. And that leaves me to go and make 5 object scanners. So yeah, they are pretty much stuff that's easy enough to make. We just need an equipment workstation to make them. So off to make those, and then we'll unlock the detonator. This one's going to take a little bit longer, but that's perfectly fine because we've got other stuff to get on with the process, which is the rifle cartridges, which is going to need more black powder, some rubber, some steel pipes, etc., etc., stuff we've already got. So I'm going to grab that while this finishes, and then we should be able to close out this tree. Is there anything else below that in the tree? Looks like there is going to be stuff below that, so yep, let's go and see what the upgrade to that is, maybe. And while I'm at it, what would be extremely useful, again without a body slot to slot in, would be the jetpack that we researched, so I may as well craft one of those as well. We've got everything we need there, including circuit boards, plastic, cable, and rubber. So there's our jetpack, okay, and just so you're aware of how that's actually used, you have to swap it in so you can either run fast, or you can use fuel to jump. However, it won't recharge unless you have fuel in your inventory, so do consider that as far as, well, you probably want to get packaged fuel somehow. So, yeah, that is a good thing to have. So, yeah. Anyway, back on with the whole unlocking. And lastly, rifle cartridges. 3 seconds, and done. There we go, rifle cartridges. So we get expanded tool belt, an extra hand slot, okay, and we get an extra 5 inventory slots. Both of those are good. Both of those require black powder, and they require various other bits and pieces. We've already got both of those. I just need to go and collect them. So before I unlock those, one thing I have to do is just check out the rifle itself. So it's going to be at the equipment workbench. Let's go and take a look at that, and let's take a look. So one rifle, we can already make it with what we have in our inventory. It's pretty normal stuff. Needs a heavy modular frames, and we have a rifle. There we go. And when we get the extra hand slot, that will just help us be able to hold that along with everything else. The Nobelisk's also made in here, and we're going to need the thing that makes the Nobelisk go boom, and that is going to need, again, another 5 object scanners. Not terribly hard to make those, just a little bit annoying. We can make 2 already, so let's just make enough for 5. Oh, it looks like it needs something else. Screws? Yeah, screws. Let's go and collect those. I've got my runners on. I do have the runners on. Go and collect those screws. Take a sip of my mandated coffee. And then we can make 5 object scanners. So we have enough inventory slots, but we definitely want more of them. So let's just get all those made. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hopefully I still have enough to make the Nobelisk detonator. Let's just get that in there. Just a little bit more cable. Fine, I'll go and get the various ingredients and we'll get that made up, as well as... well, hopefully we're going to have to see what the cartridge takes. So we're going to need a beacon. We're going to need pipes. We need rubber. Oh my. Yeah, rubber's the thing I don't have. Yeah, why does a rifle cartridge need rubber? I suppose if it's made out of plastic. It's either made out of plastic or metal, and then you have bullets in it, right? And the bullets are going to be, you know, copper or iron, black powder, brass, I guess. I'm not sure where rubber comes in. I'm only saying this because I object to the fact that I don't have any kind of processing for rubber. So we're definitely gonna need black powder. We're gonna need steel pipes. So regardless, it means we're gonna have to bring the sulfur over to this side rather than bring the coal out that way. So let's just go and take a look where we can actually put this. I think I'm running out of room this way because here's where the steel production facility is. On this side, I run into a cliff. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, and there's a river, and I don't really want to pave over the river. So what I think I'm going to do is put a building up there. It's reasonably close to the base to be able to produce everything. And yeah, we've got going there. The only thing I wanted to check is, do we have for power production? We don't have geothermal yet. Was that another point of research? I'll have to check that. Because we have some geysers over there, or geysers, depending on where you're from. And that is going to be very useful for power generation as well if we have geothermal. But for the meantime, I need to go and get another building up there. And then we will... yeah, we'll come back once I've started it. So expanded tool belt is now done, which leaves the last thing in the line, which is just inflated pocket dimension. So I have an extra hand slot, or should have. Yes, I have it there. So let's just dump our rifle in there and take a sip of coffee. And then we should be able to change to the rifle. It has no bullets. And it looks more like one of the guns you sort of get at a DIY place to spread silicone adhesive. But aside from that, yeah, that's fine. So I guess we've got to make a few cartridges for the rifle. What I will say about these things is you're going to need quite a lot of them. Assume that you're going to use one cartridge or one magazine per thing that you kill. The reason why I'm bringing you through this rather than going over to the nuclear area just yet is because I would heavily recommend that you actually pick up this. Where's the rubber? There it is. You could pick up this first. Over in the nuclear area, there are lots of spiders. And when I say lots of spiders, I don't mean 2. I mean, I dropped down a small cliff area, turned around, there's a cave behind me, and there were 15 spiders jammed into the entrance of the cave. This stick did not help. I died. Okay? And that's not far from the only place over there. So if you don't like spiders, you definitely want to make a rifle first. Okay? So just warning you now, that is definitely more than useful. So I'm going to make all 5 of these cartridges. In fact, that just made 5 for me, did it? Yes, it made 5. I'm going to make beacons. Thankfully, though, that's not actually too expensive a recipe. So let's just make 3 of those. And now I can make... whoops, not more beacons. I want more rifle cartridges, thank you. So there's 10 of them. And each one of them presumably has 10 ammo in it. Let's try this. Reload. Okay, so now I have a rifle. We need a test subject to try said rifle out on. And I did go and attempt to find a test subject. Main problem, and this is a cautionary tale, it really does mean cartridge and not actual magazine here. Even though this thing presents as a magazine, This is weird. It looks like a magazine. It goes into the rifle like a magazine, but each shot takes one of them. So it's very, very odd the way this is put together. This should be like one with 10 shots in it, but it's not. It's actually just, this means 5 shots. So just bear that in mind when you're actually making these. That's 5 shots, 10 shots, 15, 20, etc. Well, 20 if I do have 20. Yep, so I have basically 2 magazines worth. There we go, and you can see I have 10 in reserve at the bottom left. So, yeah, now we can go and find a test subject, but bear in mind that's why the recipe is so cheap. You're pretty much making 5 individual bullets. Ignore any concept of magazines in this thing. It's not really doing magazines for you. Ladders. Okay, let's head over to our bauxite area. There are some spare alien cross between rhinos and goats, whatever you want to call them, the things that ram you, that we can probably see if our rifle will take down. Right, it should do, but again, you're likely going to need most of the 10 shots per magazine to take one down, so you are going to need lots of these magazines. Here we are, near our bauxite area, and there is a test, whatever you want to call them. Oh, there's a few of them. Oh, hello. I didn't kill them. Head on. Didn't kill them. Mind you, that is one of the larger ones, I think, that are slightly more aggressive than normal. Well, not aggressive, but maybe that's just the armored coating. Why don't we try again? Oh, that wasn't too bad. It only took 7 of my 10 bullets, and there's 2 more of them. That just seemed to really annoy it. Hi. So I'm going to need a production chain for bullets. There is no way I want to keep crafting these things. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, thankfully I can go and get my stuff easily enough because it's up there, but that's what happens when you die, in case you were wondering. So yes, we're going to need a production chain for them cartridges. So for that, I simply built a ramp up from our steel production building, and you can see all the coal coming out here from a splitter down there, coming up to this platform right here, well, just sort of overlooking our geysers, and there they are, I think. Yep, there they are, and you can see our bauxite line heading out that way. Of course, we can neaten things up as we go, but this gives a good platform to build our black powder production on. However, in the meantime, I also went and built lots of nice extra inventory space now because of that research. I built this, and then I also built some of the Nobelisk themselves. What I think I'm gonna suggest as a feature suggestion, I'd like a Nobelisk launcher. Think like a a sort of grenade launcher, but for Nobelisk. Yeah, that might be an interesting solution to lots of animal problems. Anyway, let's go and use the Nobelisk and see if we can clear up some of the roots that we are having some problems with. And here's the area I was talking about. To get the nuclear ore through, the uranium ore, we need to go, well, we normally need to go through this gas area. But if we head east along the gas area, it actually ends with a nice way we can get through. So if we just get around here for a second, see, there's the end of the gas area. And you can see there's a nice way out down here. I already grabbed all of the barrel nuts, but this is a nice clear area were it not for, yes, these rocks. Now, of course, we can go above the rocks, but I wanted to use this as an excuse to actually basically make a few things. In particular, let's just get rid of my chainsaw for a second. Let's get that. And then hopefully I brought the Nobelisk. It should be in my inventory. I'm just blind. That's fine. We have this. We can just press R to reload. And are we just going to press right click? Is that close enough? It is close enough. Good. We'll reload. And both of you. Okay, how long before I end up killing myself with this thing? Probably quite quickly. Anyway, we've got a nice open route now that we have down to, basically if we head to the right here, you can see there's a nice shallow slope easy to get built down into this sort of cratered area to the east of our base and to the south of all that quartz that we were looking at earlier. So yeah, this is a nice easy route available now to get between the uranium area and everything else. The uranium area, what I will say about it, let me just get rid of that just before I cause myself a bit of a problem. There we go. The uranium area is that full of spiders, as I said before, so you're either going to clear them out, and I'm probably going to do that first. So next episode, I think we're going to go and make the full sort of rifle cartridge production chain, because frankly, making that by hand is terrible. I want to have lots of that available to my rifle as I actually go around. Remember when I said I'm just going to end up, killing myself with this thing? Well, hey, since there's lots of these rocks around, we may as well get rid of them. And of course, if you see any with sort of power slug particle effects around them, well, you know what you got to do now. Yeah, see that? Spider. Don't like the spiders. I have a bright idea. This idea may not be a good one. Oh, there's a power slug. This may not necessarily be a good one at all. Where's that spider gone? Hello, spider. Why are you coming? Oh, no, that's not what I was expecting. Is that actually still around? I forgot where I've dropped it now. That's never a good idea with explosives. Let's try another one. Where's the spider? Here, spider. It doesn't kill spiders. So disappointing when you have Nobelisk. However, as I was saying, there are places like this that, again, I'm going to probably cause me some kind of problems. Can I reload this? Let's just stand up here. Yes, I'm aware I'm going to be standing on top of the rocks that I need to actually blow up, but let's just throw that over there and run and jump. There we go. Green power slug. It's not purple, but I'll take it. I need to make more of this stuff. I'm going to blow up all of the rocks that we have available to us and to get all the rewards underneath them. Or more importantly, sometimes, or the usual means for this thing is to basically open up routes that you wouldn't have available. There are some, if in the easy start area, there's a rock blockage on this long sort of ledge. If you want to look at the first season that I did, I had to go around it by just basically constructing foundations off into nowhere and then back again. Fell off it a few times, but no, for now you can basically blow them up. So yeah, pretty good. All right, so that leaves at the end, a good point at the end of the episode, and we have our platform over there to build the production chain next episode. Hopefully you'll join me for that. If you like the video and me dying to various creatures in search of a better way of dealing with them, then feel free to put the thumbs up button down below. If you are not subscribed, you can subscribe, of course, and press on the not like button, the bell notification button if you want notifications for more episodes. If you don't, no problem. Just come back later, hopefully. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for some more Satisfactory.